Support the channel on patreon.com/manlightfoot. Welcome to another edition of Second Thoughts, the video series where I take a look at current cartoons I previously looked at and see if their latest season keeps up the quality or improves upon it. Now, just to lay down the ground rules, I won't cover sitcoms or comedies that don't have an overarching narrative. And I also won't be covering shows I haven't covered in a while. But you're not here for that. You're here for some deep analysis on some moving drawings. Fair warning, there are full spoilers ahead, so if you haven't watched the latest season of what I'm going to cover, which you should know since you saw the thumbnail to this video, you should definitely go do that right now. But for those that have, let's not waste any more time and kick this pig.
Hey, what?
There's been a significant amount of time that passed since we last looked at Kid Cosmic. We've grown older, a little wiser, and in that time we finally pulled out of our 20-year war with Afghanistan. Yes sir, a lot has happened since 7 months ago. Jesus, time is a joke. But enough about existential crises. Season 2 of Kid Cosmic managed to up the ante a great deal. Surprisingly, it did so with a lower episode count than Season 1 by being only 8 episodes instead of 10. This actually kept the story much tighter this time around. It may get tighter with Season 3 only being 6, but we'll talk about that when it happens. For now, this season raised the stakes significantly by taking things to outer space. It actually keeps things episodic even though there's a narrative to be followed. Each episode felt like its own thing while building on the narrative. Following up where the first season left off, the local heroes and diner patrons are teleported to space by Queen Jean to fight Herodias the Planet Killer. It's basically this Galactus type of villain that eats planets and absorbs their energy. Yes, it's more akin to that butt ugly one from the live action Fantastic Four movie, yeah. But it at least looks more like a planet, so it's not as gross and just a fart cloud. It's the one that destroyed the original Power Stone's planets that they broke off from. It's not really a sentient being like that, so it doesn't speak, but it does have a bit of a herald, that being
FANTOS the Amasser, big fan, long-time follower, literally.
Boy, if you don't get—
Now, I just want to preface that this dude's appearance is not what you think it is. You would think he's some sort of fear-inducing intergalactic warlord with a powerful army at his beck and call that would make people piss themselves when he shows up. But it turns out that he's actually just some man-child that lives with his mom. Yeah, I genuinely laughed when we got introduced to him because of how unexpected it was. Don't get it twisted though, he's powerful, at least when it comes to his actual power. He has a few of the power stones that the heroes need to get, and boy does he know how to command them. He don't play around them shits. His whole mission is just to be a fanboy for Herodias and watching him consume planets while he collects stones from them. He kinda has a demeanor that's reminiscent to Lord Hater from Wander Over Yonder, except he very much is a loser that's comfortable with being second banana to the bigger evil.
I am totally on Herodias. They say you should never meet your heroes, but those people are clearly idiots, because this is crazy.
You would think he wouldn't work as a villain, but he gets the job done by being a thorn in the hero's side. But he's not the only thing the heroes have to face. We find there's actually more stones to collect with their own set of new powers. With this, we get a whole galaxy to explore and new situations for the team to face off. Now, with there only being so many episodes, we don't get too much in terms of new worlds, but we do get strong moments of growth for the characters in terms of more members. With each new stone, there's a new member from the diner that joins the local heroes. Be it Joe's mom Flo, who I'll get into later, or Rosa's parents, the biker lady, the two cooks in Moe's diner, or a patron that got sucked into it all by just being there. Boy, that's gotta suck to be whisked away from your home planet because you wanted some coffee. The nice thing about this is that everyone adapts to being taken away into space, far from their homes and away from everything they've ever known on Earth, out in the deep, cold vastness of space.
Could you lighten up a little?
But don't worry about that. Everyone keeps a good attitude on them because they know the local heroes got this in the bag. They basically have no need to panic. I will say we don't get a lot of time dedicated to almost everyone here, so you don't get to build too much of an attachment like we do with Kid in the gang, but they're still enjoyable and no one gets on your nerves or makes you hate them or anything, though some of them do some weird things.
Too hot. Too cold. Just right.
What am I watching?
I don't know, but I hate it.
But with these diner folk, they also get power stones for themselves when the team finds more. We get introduced to goo, stretching, pain absorption, fire, ice, super speed, invisibility, and forearm stones. You would think that the stones would stick to a respective user like Kid in the gang, but they actually get thrown around to different characters a lot. 1 minute Flo can have the forearm stone, the next she has the super speed one. It changes a lot, but that honestly is a bit of foreshadowing for later. The diner becomes a major stop for a lot of intergalactic travelers. It just acts like this little bit of home on the road. Well, in this case in space, it just adds to a feeling that the characters were able to adjust to this new lifestyle. Last season was more about Kid and his coming to grips with being a true hero. This time it's about Joe and her having to come to terms with being a leader to the group. We get a lot of Joe struggling to find her place as a leader, which makes sense. She's a teenager thrown into an intergalactic adventure and made to be a leader. It's different from what she was expecting. Thinking superheroing would probably just be stopping a purse snatcher or something, not fighting a planet-eating planet. She has a very rough time actually coming into terms of leading her team to defeat Herodias, but she obviously would make major mistakes because this is pretty much out of her wheelhouse. It kind of plays into the idea of what Joe really wants, to be a hero or to be a leader. To be a leader would be to get results no matter the cost. To be a hero would be doing the right thing. Adds a nice moral conflict to things. Though, an interesting thing about her is that she gets advice about being a leader from Queen Jean. She gets told stuff like doing anything for the greater good no matter the cost, or not listening to her team like in episode 3.
Finally! Now let's get
into that party and celebrate!
Hey, didn't we just decide to go home?
No buts. We did this, we earned this, and we deserve this. Now go in there and enjoy yourselves whether you like it or not. And that's an order!
Please try to be smart.
It fucks with her head and leads to her making bad decisions that can emotionally hurt the team. The team's lack of skills with their powers push Joe over the edge. It really comes to a head when she kicks everyone off the team and replaces them with some warrior person.
Now Crash and I are the team.
Crush Smosh! How could you?
Because I'm the leader and this was the best—
You're a jerk!
Hey, calm down.
How could you do this?
I told you—
No, tell me really why!
Because—
Why?
Kid, it's like this.
Why?
I'm trying to—
Why?
Just listen for a sec.
Tell me!
Because you suck!
Damn!
Having to save the galaxy actually puts a toll on her since so much is riding on her.
Phrasing.
You know what I mean? Damn, get off my dick. Anyway, she replaces the team with the one warrior named Crocier, who she beat in a gladiatorial battle to prove herself. But that bites her in the ass later when she gets betrayed, but that's for later. Joe even goes so far as to put her own life in danger to get a stone, neglecting the help of her team. There's a constant wedge driven between Joe and her team that adds a good set of tension throughout, that's paced pretty well for the runtime of the season. The advice Joe gets from Queen Jean is pretty ironic considering she got her own team killed, so you're just thinking, what the hell do you know? Your team's dead. But a cool thing they did was have Flo actually chew Jean out for it. Don't y'all have no dirty minds now.
You nasty.
Speaking of Flo, she works as a center for this season. She worries about her daughter losing herself due to Jean's influence and actually gets a nice moment of her reflecting on Joe's behavior.
I'm losing her, Papa G. I'm losing my sweet, caring, kind little girl. And I don't know who she is becoming.
Yeah, that happens with kiddos, but take it from an old papa like me. They do come back to you. They figure it out. In time.
I sure hope so.
Throughout the season, there's a constant feeling of a drift happening between Joe and Flo that we see with Joe neglecting her mother. There's this nice mantra that was said by her grandmother Mo that plays into how Joe was doing the total opposite of it.
A cup of compassion, a teaspoon of tenderness, an ounce of understanding mixed with
Care and kindness.
We do get a strong appreciation for Flo later on that is very much deserved. Now with this season, we did see Kid in the gang take a bit of a backseat. It makes the most sense because this was more about Joe learning to be more of a leader, and we already got a lot of Kid's growth in the first season. There's not really any development of anyone else here since, I mean, did you really want to see development for a cat or even Rosa considering she's 4? Put your hand down, Ferb. So yeah, there's not much that needs to be given to them on this front. We get Kid being put in a way smaller role this time when he loses his levitation ring and gets the goo ring instead.
We all got our original stones back, didn't we?
Not me. I'm goo!
I'm sure you'll make it work.
Why can't I have the multi-armed stone instead?
The problem with you is you're completely delusional.
It's basically worthless until later, but we'll get into that. It keeps Kid out of the picture for most of the season in terms of his worth to the team, but it's nothing that gets you to question why he's there, especially with the ending. The rest of the gang is still the fun, happy-go-lucky characters we got to see. It's just nice to see them still doing their part in being heroes. We do get them coordinating more, like when they have to pull off a heist. We see they've gotten the hang of this superhero business and can understand the assignment properly. It's just great to see them grow from being that bumbling group in season 1 to the true heroes they were meant to be. With the setting taking place in space, we got to see some unique worlds as well as some fun character designs. I will say we didn't get a lot in terms of unique creatures, or more or less nobody got a lot of focus this season. There's still fun enough characters that are a joy to see, like the tiny alien species that seeks protection from Herodias by the gang. It's funny how tiny they are, and it's pretty great that the heroes would go to great lengths to build a new civilization out of Joe's old toys for them. It just kind of puts a nice little touch to the fact that they're heroes beyond just wanting to punch and kick. What's a nice touch was that the aliens in the galaxy don't discriminate or anything against the humans. They just treat them as just another species in the galaxy. Nobody sees them as inferior beings or weaklings. In fact, they get on board with them being the saviors of the galaxy pretty fast. It's just kind of a nice bit of subversion than what you would normally expect. Some of the stuff we got to see added a nice bit of flavoring to the mix, like the fight hole or the pyramid puzzle. It helped build more on the galaxy and see more of what's going on beyond the diner. The pyramid puzzle was cool and put a good challenge to the team on working together, though low-key Kid gets thrown under the bus a few times to solve them.
Where's Mom? How big a mistake could we make?
This show will find some way to get away with child murder. The other thing that was nice to see was a crime boss's birthday party that had a whole grouping of aliens gathered around. It pushed the characters to be smart about their strategies to get the stones, and we got to see a little more of how the galaxy operates. There wasn't much else in terms of galaxy exploration, which is a fair trade-off to help build up more on Joe's arc, but things all come to a head when we get to the finale.
Nothing better than front row seats for Herodias' latest destruction.
The last 3 episodes bring out all the stakes with massive consequences and major payoff to what's been built. FANTOS comes to the diner and tries to take the stones by force, but Joe and Crocier are able to hold him off, which leads to Joe's decision to replace the team. She goes to fight Herodias head on with Crocier, but ends up getting betrayed. Crocier takes the stones, but gets destroyed by FANTOS.
What a twist!
The gang faces off against Herodias after FANTOS stole all the stones and brought Herodias to the diner. Joe's given the chance to redeem herself and prove that she is the true leader she needs to be after she got left on some desolate planet. All it took was just some compassion and understanding on her part, just bringing in that mantra from before, and that's just kind of a nice touch I like there.
Pause. What the fuck?
And when she leads big time. She commands a bunch of ships that came in to help save the diner, all because they remembered how nice Flo was, paying off from the beginning when the group was serving all those aliens. Joe manages to coordinate everyone to attack Herodias in the most effective way they can. The gang succeeds in fighting against Herodias by smashing him to pieces and finding out he has more stones of power in him from the planets that he absorbed. The diner gets destroyed, but the gang learns that they are their true home when they get teleported back to Earth. They beat Herodias by using the goop stone to get to the center and make him explode. All the pieces of the power stones spread throughout Earth, and the gang gets approached by a group called the Planet Protection Group, or PPG. I see you, Craig McCracken. Even got the OG Powerpuff Girls voices to play them.
By using your ultra superpowers
and dedicating your lives to finding the stones
and keeping them safe from
the forces of evil.
I swear I was gassed up to hell and back for this. In the words of Reggie Fils-Aimé, my body is ready. The season ends with the team now being asked to collect all the stones around the world. Everything built up got a great payoff with this finale. We return to Earth and now we're gonna see the gang be world superheroes, which makes me think the next season is gonna be a nice cool down season to end things off. Which makes sense since it's gonna be 6 episodes, which was planned, so don't get mad and think it was canceled. Now I could be wrong about what next season's gonna be like, so you all know the deal.
Don't quote me, boy, cause I ain't said shit.
This season definitely adds more to the world the show has with its interstellar adventure. Joe's character growth is engaging and brings her into her own as a leader. FANTOS was such a fun, dorky man-child who actually can be intimidating when he needs to be. Wish we could have gotten a bit more of the diner group, but it's perfectly fine for what we got. This was a great follow-up to the first season, and I'm also curious to hear what all you have to say. What did you all think of the newest season of Kid Cosmic? Leave a comment below, and always remember, it's just a thought.
Thank you.